Alright guys, we got, how the fuck do I start this?
That's what I was saying. I was saying we just kind of
Quick
give ourselves an intro a little bit. Because we just go right off into...
I know some people want the real competitiveness of everything, but we just want to be able to go out there and kick the shit out of somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. Or I could just say, what's up everybody? We're going to do a Who's Number One breakdown episode. Not even a podcast right there. It's a new microphone. We're testing it out. This is the testing out of the new microphone. We're gonna find out. It could just completely ruin these, and we have nothing to put on YouTube. But we're just gonna do a breakdown so we can get this out.
If it doesn't work, then we're gonna be doing the Discord call.
We'll be doing the Discord call, or go back to the other mic.
To see my purple headphones.
Yeah. I think you're kind of out of the shot. There we go. We're just going to do a quick breakdown. We got Who's Number One tomorrow night. A fantastic card. I have to give them credit for putting this goddamn card together because this is amazing. Like, yeah, completely stacked. Rob Wright put her artistic talents to the work. I don't even know if you can see this on the camera because of the red marker.
My handwriting's so bad on this, but don't worry, it's not that bad.
And you're a left-handed freak.
It's still bad, but it's not as bad as it appears on there.
So, the undercard on this match, we're not going to go too much into because I don't want this video to be super freaking long.
Yeah.
So, there's one match, though, only because it ties into the overall story arc of the whole show. Achilles Rocha. He's taking on Cameron Couch. Should be a good match. Achilles is Jesus Christ. Like, that dude's literally never in a boring match. So, I'm going to have to pick Achilles on that just because he's...
Are we including that one?
Just a beast.
I'll probably pick Achilles, too.
Yeah, just a beast in what he does on the mats lately. Especially who his dad is. You know, that family is just savage as fuck. So, but into the first match of the night, Diego Reyes versus Shay Montague. The goddamn baby shark.
Baby shark.
It's ever since... Baby Shark lost his last match and I think he got hurt. I don't know if how bad the injury was. I don't think it was anything major, obviously, because he's already back again. Was that
the thing where he was like stumbling around?
Yes, he hurt his knee in that match. So, I mean, aside from top, I honestly, it's weird because aside from top level guys, I can't see anybody, especially in this kind of rule set, in this type of match, I can't see anybody beating him if you're not and it's nothing against Shay Montague. Like, I know they've had a match before. Close match, I get, but Baby Shark's just on another level. I think he's bigger, stronger.
I think the only way he would lose is if his injury affected him still in the
show. Exactly, yeah. I think Baby Shark's gonna not run through him. I don't want to say that because that's kind of disrespectful.
I think he'll be really technical.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna be too much. There's levels to this shit.
He'll be spazzy, but technical.
Yeah. The next match we both on that match.
Just to give a little bit, if you can see it on that end. So I put the fights on the board and I put up each fighter. So we put up check marks on the board to who we thought would be winning. So I have the black pen and Tim has the red pen.
And we wrote the names.
Just in case it's not visible with the check marks, we wrote the names as well. So these are our bets on the fights and how we think they will go. And how we're going to be applying them with our point system to see who wins.
Yes. And let us know in the comments what your picks are. If you watch this, let us know what your picks are for the card. And we can talk.
Tell us if you think that we're wrong in everything we say.
Yeah, I am usually wrong in everything I do and say. So, Baby Shark for both of us.
If you think Shay's going to absolutely destroy Baby Shark, let us know.
So, next match is Jasmine Rocha and Emily Ferreira. Holy shit, Jasmine has just been on a tear. If your name is not Fionn Davies, then I think you were going to have trouble beating this woman. Once again, tying into the overall story of the card, which is very, very cool because it's the first time it's ever happened where an entire family has been on the same card in a Who's Number One card, or kind of any card, I guess.
I think the
Tackett brothers, maybe? But that's not a dad and kids, you know what I mean? So
yeah, it's more siblings.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I
think the only other time where it would be like that is if just IBJJF in general, the overall whole tournament. But on a card, it is really cool.
No, just a single, one of the biggest cards of one of the biggest cards in grappling because there's only a handful of big shows in grappling. There's a lot of shows in grappling, but there's only a handful of very big shows. You have the UFC Fight Pass, you have Who's Number One, you know what I mean? So the new one is the one we just watched, the PGF. That's another one that's clawing its way to the top. So for your whole family, for you and your kids, your daughter, your son to be on the same card is phenomenal. If me and Raiwa were ever on a card, maybe we could do like a fight to win. I'll be like, that's my daughter up there. But no, very cool. Jasmine Arocha, I think, is just going to be way too much. Jasmine Arocha has just been on such a tear lately. And Freya does not do a ton of no-gi. She's not the biggest no-gi proponent out there. I think this is just going to be too much for her to handle. And
also lost to Helena at the Fight Pass night before.
Lost to Helena. Helena's another one, though. She's, just different level. So, yeah, Jasmine's going to be too much. I was surprised at the level of not just respect, because I think Jasmine always kind of respects people, but just the niceness during the press conference. I expect that out of Jasmine. Maybe she's humbled a little bit ever since her and Fionn had that little scuffle. But they're very nice. I think they've grown up, though. You kind of attest to this because you have been growing up with some of the same girls that you've competed against. And they said they've grown up together. They've never competed against each other.
Yeah.
So I guess, but you're in the same kind of realm as each other. And you see that a lot. I see that with you girls. Yeah, where I see you at tournaments where you're like...
I love watching Emily's matches and because I'll send her stuff too because I'm like, oh, I think this is really cool what you did there. And even though she's my competitor and she's amazing, she's one of my top of the league competitors.
Yeah.
I still think all of her stuff is really cool.
No, so that's very cool. It was cool to see that out of Jasmine today at the press conference. But Jasmine and Emily Freya, I'm obviously gonna have to go Jasmine Rocha. We both because it's kind of it's hard to pick against that one. It's kind of I don't want to say it's a one-sided match, but it's a very strange match. Yeah, it's kind of a one-sided match. Then we're going into big boy shit. JT Torres and Nikki Ryan. This could have been a main event on any call.
Yeah.
The fact that this is
under.
Yeah, on the third match down or fourth match down.
But it's
main
kind of under.
That's why I say this match this whole entire card is stacked. The names they got on this, they had to have pocketed out some money. You know what I mean? This is crazy. So obviously I'm going with Nikki Ryan. He's my boy. I'm a B team. Certified, stamped number, nut hugger. So I have to go.
You gotta come to the gym next week. You have to come to the gym next week or I'm taking away that card.
Oh, fuck. I'll be there. I'll be there. I promise. I can't break a promise, so I have to be there now. I'm coming. Next week, I have to. I just made a promise. Damn it.
I'll let you guys know what happens.
It's happening. I'll be there.
The mimosas might get to it.
I've never been so upset with myself as I was yesterday for talking myself out of going to the gym. So I will be there. But Nikki Ryan, JT Torres, I'm picking Nikki Ryan just because I'm a certified nut hugger, and it's in my binding contract as a nut hugger that I cannot pick against a B team member. Yeah. So, but JT Torres is
I'm picking JT Torres.
He is the highest quality, highest caliber opponent that Nikki Ryan has ever gone against. He's the most certified badass dude that Nikki Ryan has ever gone against.
Yeah.
JT Torres is top level jiu-jitsu. You cannot get any better than that. So. That's what?
He gave Mikey his black belt.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Mikey Musumeci his black belt.
That's not why I'm rooting for him, though.
He is...
Just so you're aware.
Nikki Ryan has had a lot of health issues.
This is cool.
For the fact that Nikki Ryan's only 22 years old or whatever, and he's already had so many issues, is kind of crazy. I know that's kind of hurt his competition. He doesn't get as much competition. JT also does not compete that much. JT, I don't think, has competed, and he did a match on a Who's Number One, I think, against Gorilla Hands, and he dominated him, completely dominated him. They say JT Torres' pressure, his top pressure, is unheard of, unreal. If he gets you in the gym and he gets on top of you, they say it is unreal, or in competition. But so very exciting match. I'm very excited for this match. I see Nicky Ryan going for the legs early. I don't know if he's going to wrestle with him. He may though, because Nicky Ryan's wrestling has gotten very, very good.
He's
So
just kind of gotta like not get stuck.
yeah, don't get exactly. Oh, and get gassed. Nicky Ryan has a horrible gas tank, notorious for his bad gas
Dude,
tank.
He's gonna be greasing.
He's not gonna grease.
He's gonna grease. I know he's gonna grease.
That's Nicky. That's Nicky Ryan.
I've seen Nicky Ryan before.
So
I've seen it.
I'm taking Nicky Ryan. I've got Nicky Ryan. You're taking JT Torres. We will see how this one goes.
I was talking to my mom about that fight actually. It's one of the ones that stuck out to me in ADCC.
Which one?
It was Nicky Ryan versus Hinata, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a great
I was
match.
telling my mom how I was like kind of putting in this perspective earlier. That it's really cool that I'm training over there now, and that's one of like his fights that like really stuck out to me.
Yeah.
Was his fight against Nicky Ryan at ADCC last year.
Yeah, because Nicky Ryan kind of dominated him.
Really cool fights.
Nicky Ryan kind of dominated him in the first part of that match.
He was greasing.
It's not because he was greasing. It's because
he was greasing.
he just blew his gas tank
He
out.
had to wipe his hands
No,
off.
come on, stop. Next match, we're gonna move on because this video is gonna turn into a fucking hour-long video.
I will get into every argument possible to make this longer content for you
Felipe
guys.
Pena and Rafael Lovato Jr. This is a strange match for me.
It is.
I had a hard time picking this one because of the two downfalls of both guys. I feel like Pena doesn't have the gas tank. I'm not saying Pena doesn't have a good gas tank. I feel like Lovato can push the gas tank on him to kind of push it over the edge for him early on and kind of wear him out.
Masters fight.
But I also, no, Pena's young.
Well,
I feel like
I know Pena's young, but I feel like I feel like his jiu-jitsu's like, not to be mean, but it's kind of like more like slow.
Pena has a very good, he has a very good guard game, and he gets into that like.
I feel like he matches other people's pace.
Yes, which could be his downfall.
Yeah.
With Lovato. Lovato is he's got that wrestling, kind of background, like the way the MMA style, so he's very good on top.
Yeah.
Pena has a phenomenal goal.
That's what I meant with like a Masters match, because it's kind of like he's gonna like. It's gonna be like, I feel like it's gonna be a very slow match. It'll be technical, but the end's gonna determine like what's happening.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's gonna be a lot of like attacks, but none of them are gonna be like getting it right away.
Right, and I feel like, well, that's what I say. Like, if it comes down to like the ending of it, then I feel like it'll be Lovato, pushing the pace more often. If he could frustrate Pena early. The thing is, though, is that Pena can get to his back.
No specific submission.
His emotions.
Exactly.
His emotions.
If Pena can, it's not even his emotions. I feel like he mentally breaks if he can't control. Kind of like Kainan Duarte, which we'll talk about coming up in we're going to do a podcast, but with the Fight Pass coming up. But Kainan also breaks, I feel like. And I feel like Pena does the same thing. I feel like if Pena can't control...
That was Pena, right?
Can't control the pace and can't control how things are going, then I feel like he does eventually mentally break down. So, very tough. But I feel like if he can, Lovato showed a kind of a leg lock weakness, and I'm not saying Pena is a great leg locker. I'm not saying he's a bad leg locker either, because he has some good entries from the bottom with that kind of they call it the ham sandwich. I don't remember what he calls it, but I know the 10th Planet called it like ham sandwich, kind of sweeping motion, which takes you to the leg. So like Pena also will get him to give up his back. No, well, he does do that too, but there's he ended up doing it with Gordon Ryan,
but I don't remember.
It's almost like it looks like a calf slicer, but it's not. Yeah, so. I feel like if Pena can do that, and if he can expose Lovato's back, then he could create a lot of problems with Lovato, because Lovato, it's going to be hard to stop Pena if he can get to your back. So that's my only reason.
We're going to go to the next fight.
Is I'm picking Pena for this match only because of basically the youth. That's kind of my biggest thing, and I feel like the size. So we're definitely on the opposite ends of this one, which is cool because that'll make for exciting card when we're watching it. Yeah. So I'm taking Pena for this one. Dude. I'm not the happiest about that because I really do love me some Lovato. But I am taking Pena for this one.
Lovato's cool.
Lovato's very cool. I like Lovato. I like that he stuck it out throughout the years.
I like that he's at like all the competitions.
And he's American
he,
legend.
He like goes to like all the like the Masters fights and like the kids fights. Like he's always there.
He's an American legend. So I always root for the American legends. But in this, I just as far as the card goes on who I think is going to win, you have to put your emotions aside. Unfortunately for me, I'm gonna have to take Penna. So
like for that bit, like you should zoom in on your face the whole time when you're talking about Lovato and Penna because that was kind of a longer bit for you. Because you were telling me to hurry up. And that was like a long rant from you.
I was talking about the match.
I was talking about the match. I was talking about Nikki Ryan Greason because he's going to do.
Grease, like what the fuck? That's never been an accusation.
He's gonna.
He's literally never been accused of greasing.
Yes, he
ever.
has.
No, he hasn't.
By me.
ADCC against Hanato Canuto, they brought a towel out and
Bro, they had
Oh,
to
why?
wipe
Because he's
off his arm.
sweating.
No.
You sure we're talking about the right match here?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna fucking go back and watch that match now.
Ingrained in my memory. I know the calls. I know the confusion on people's faces.
Gonna piss me off talking about my boy
The
like
ref
that.
had to wipe.
He's the
his
nicest
hand.
B team member ever.
He is a nice B team
All
member.
right, we're moving on because Rai is gonna keep this going. All right, our co-main event: Andrew Tackett and Tommy Langiger. Okay, so you went from one super exciting because this match was supposed to be Andrew Tackett versus Mika Galvin.
Yeah.
Nope, it was supposed to be Tommy versus.
I'm sorry.
Was it?
Was
Yes,
it? No.
it was originally Andrew Tackett is the filler.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. Yeah, I'll have to edit it out. I apologize. It was supposed to be Tommy Langiger.
Apologize to Off Cannon Shannon.
I apologize to Off Cannon Shannon. It was supposed to be Tommy Langiger versus Mika Galvin.
It's weird saying Shannon about mom.
Off Cannon Mom.
Off Cannon mom.
So Tommy versus Mika. Very exciting. You could intertwine these three fighters, and
This is such a hard fight.
you would have just a phenomenal match. No matter who it is between the three, you could change it out. Andrew Tackett stepped up and, like they said, he said he got the call after the West Coast trial. So
Yeah.
he said he was fine after the trial because he ran through trials. He had some killer matches. He looked fucking amazing. Looked the best he's ever looked.
He was the Tackett brother that did the toe hold heel hook, or
No, that was his brother.
Oh, William.
Yeah. So
I couldn't
Andrew
remember
is the more exciting of the three brothers.
Yeah,
He's
okay,
the most
I
exciting.
remember his fights now.
Yeah, he is phenomenal. So this is very tough to pick. This one was so tough. We were split on this one. I honestly, this is
to the side.
Yes, this took the longest for us to decide when we're writing these on the board. I think for me, it ended up just being kind of a coin flip almost.
For me, it was a personal preference because I'm just a huge fan of Tommy Langiger.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
I've been a fan of him for the longest time, so I was like, I'm gonna pick him.
Yeah,
I
was
just had
tough.
no idea what would go down in this fight.
Very tough to pick this one. I kind of did I just took the
many
youth.
good things.
I guess kind of my thing was the youth, like the fact that Andrew can push that pace, and Langiger showed against Cade that his matches against Cade were phenomenal in one championship. So, but I feel like if Cade can kind of put that pace on him, and granted that's a different thing because they have the cage, so I'm not saying it's the same, but I feel like Andrew's going to be able to do the same thing, maybe just put that pace on him and just keep it going and going. So that was like the deciding factor for me, was a youth thing, honestly. It was what it came down
Yeah,
to.
but if you think about that, do you think Cade moves more or Andrew moves more? Because I feel like Cade is more difficult to fight because he's moving so much.
Yeah.
Versus this, it's kind of like Tommy's used to that. But I do feel like Andrew's gonna go for more foot stuff.
Andrew is, all over the goddamn place.
Yeah.
He's definitely looking to get to your back and
It's not
strangle
as
you
fast
off
as
punch.
Cade,
So,
so that's why I think that also plays into that too.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I am excited for that match. That's obviously, 100% got to be match of the night. This has got to be match of the night. Langiger and Andrew Tackett is going to be fight of the night. It's probably going to go to a decision, maybe. I see that going to a decision. It's probably going to be fight of the night. I hope they both get paid very well for that because it's going to be good. But I am taking Tackett. You are taking Langiger. Last match, the main event. Here we go. Marigali versus Rocha. Okay, this is kind of a weird one. Rocha will literally fight anybody.
Yeah.
Will fight anybody at any time. Phenomenal, just tough as nails. Him and his whole family on the card, his kids on the card. I think it makes for such a cool story if he was able to beat Marigali.
Roach is also like 3-1, like with all of I think it's with all of his recent like fights. The only person he lost to was Gordon Moran recently.
He lost to Gordon. Yeah, and he beat. So
And
he
then
just
Marigali-
beat.
Victor Hugo.
He beat a new wave guy. What the fuck? Hell is his name? Anyways, whatever. I'll edit it in. I'll find it. He beat the dude from New Wave. I cannot think of his name off the top of my goddamn head.
Yeah.
In the Karate Combat. Not the last one, the one before, or like
Yeah.
2 of them ago. But Luke Griffin. He beat him.
Yeah.
Nobody thought he was going to win that match because it's Luke Griffin, who's just a beast. He's from New Wave. He's young. He's fucking huge, gigantic dude, and he just wore his ass out.
Mhm.
Like the difference is
Good.
Marigali is a different fucking animal altogether.
Yeah.
Marigali is a problem for anybody. I can
100%
almost guarantee you
Marigali.
that Marigali is giving Gordon Ryan problems in the gym. Like, I don't think there's many people. There might be a handful of people on the face of this planet that can say they can do that, and I'm pretty sure Marigali's one.
Did Marigali call out any specific submissions or time?
I don't think he did for this. I think he just said he's going to beat the shit out of him.
Okay.
Because they got into it at the press conference. They kind of had butted heads pretty bad at the press conference. Yeah, technique versus attitude. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. And I don't think there's many people that are going to be better than at Marigali at technique. So, obviously, our pick is Marigali for both of us. I don't see how you kind of bet against him in this match. If you add in all the main stuff, the size alone, Marigali is a fucking physical specimen. Bigger, stronger. He's going to be faster, younger, more accredited with everything he does. But you can never count Wagner out. You never count Wagner Osh out. That's the main thing. Never count him out. So you don't want to do
an IBJJF final.
Yeah, unless it's an IBJJ final and he has a flight to catch. So for that,
have to like count both of them out with that though.
with
Because
both,
IBJJF doesn't like Marigali.
yeah, not like Marigali, but he did. He can just show up and just smoke a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, and then get cute because they don't like him.
So Marigali, obviously, for both of us because
I'm a huge fan.
yeah, big fans of Marigali in the first place. So I'm a big fan of Rocha too.
Yeah.
I've always been a
Yeah.
fun story for Rocha, real fast, just real quick one. I posted years ago of me smother tapping my son on Instagram from the back, what Rocha is famous for and made famous. And I swear to God, like a week later, I ran into him at a tournament or something, a trial. Oh, it was actually ADCC 2019.
Yeah.
And I walked over and I'm walking past and I see him and he makes eye contact with me and he looked at me and he pointed. He was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh my God, that's Wagner Hosha." And he was like, "You're the one that smother tapped your son." I was like, "Oh my God, he remembered that." So I got a picture with him. Very cool. So very cool guy.
Yeah.
I hate to vote against him, because obviously it's always going to be a good match, but I think Marigali's Marigali. It's kind of like Gordon Ryan. You can't vote. You can't pick against him. It's just too much. So, but that's our picks. Hopefully this shows up, and if not, I'll take a picture and I'll fucking post it in the background. So, very cool though. I'm excited for this card, and we'll see what happens tomorrow night, tonight. I think this will edit and go in tomorrow. So, very cool. Hey, thanks for being here. Stay salty, my friends.